Financial dangers of identity theft, but what if a thief got a hold of your medical information?
Experts say it could cost you more than money. It could cost you your life. Tonight, Colleen Henry joins us with a 12 News investigation uncovering a potentially lethal hole in the country's notification laws.
You know, Toya, the most startling thing we've learned is that there is no law requiring healthcare providers to tell you when they learn a thief may have accessed your health files. 12 News uncovered such a breach buried in court records. St. Mary's Ozaki Hospital didn't publicize it, but last fall police revealed that a ring of identity thieves had spent more than 8 months pilfering patient records at the Mequon Hospital. That band of ex-cons depended on a housekeeper here at Columbia St. Mary's Ozaki to provide them with the information they needed to get online loans in patients' names. The janitor had no criminal record, but police say he did have keys to areas where the hospital stored confidential patient information. About a dozen patients contacted police, but no law requires hospital administrators to notify other potential victims.
It's point blank nuts. We need a law to protect people.
State Representative Sheldon Wasserman is also an obstetrician at Columbia St. Mary's. Wasserman suspects many patients mistakenly believe their information is protected by the Federal Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, also known as HIPAA. HIPAA strictly regulates the disclosure of patient records, but it does not require hospitals to notify all at-risk patients after records have been disclosed improperly.
I mean, do you think most people think they'd know if someone had compromised their personal information just on the basis of all the HIPAA forms they sign?
Your expectations are even higher in the hospital setting or the doctor's office setting because they're making you sign all these HIPAA laws. Well, this couldn't happen here because we're in a hospital and they have special laws here. And if there was a mistake, they would contact you before anyone else because there's HIPAA laws.
The worst thing that can happen in medical identity theft is that you don't know about it.
Pam Dixon heads the World Privacy Forum in California. She researches the growing incidence of identity theft in healthcare settings. The forum estimates that up to 500,000 Americans are victims of medical identity theft. Many have no idea. There have been documented cases at hospitals in Washington, Texas, and even here in Wisconsin at Green Bay's Bellin Health.
When medical identity thieves steal files, they want to make money from those files. And to make money, usually they do fake billing, which puts new diseases and fraudulent diseases in patients' files.
Dixon says thieves can alter critical details in a patient's file: blood types, allergies, diseases. In an emergency, details that could result in a mistake that could kill.
I can't think of a reason why the hospital wouldn't let this information go to protect patients.
Yet Dixon says some hospitals still choose not to notify patients. That's why she's working to change the law.
The identities of patients at the Columbia St. Mary's hospitals may have been compromised.
After 12 News' initial report on the identity theft back in November, Columbia St. Mary's said it had no plans to notify all at-risk patients. Instead, it set up a call-in line for viewers with questions, which fielded few calls. Columbia St. Mary's administrators declined to talk on camera. This week, they wrote, "Patient confidentiality continues to be of the utmost concern to us. This matter, however, gave us an opportunity to review our processes. Our evaluation determined that we have a very solid system in place to protect patient privacy. The alleged incidents involved the unfortunate act of an employee, not a hospital system or policy issue. We take this matter very seriously and continue to cooperate with law enforcement regarding the ongoing investigation. At this time, the case appears to involve a limited number of patients." Nearly 3 months later, police in Milwaukee, Cedarburg, Germantown, Mequon, Grafton, and Saukville continue to investigate. They may never know how many patients were victimized because in identity theft cases, it can take victims months or years to learn they've been had. All the more reason, says Wasserman, to make patient notification the law now.
Well, this is your boss, Columbia St. Mary's.
They're making a mistake. I think they have a duty to inform their patients immediately. Find out how big this breach was. Find out who was compromised. Contact those individuals and protect them. It's their job.
Wasserman says he'll introduce a patient notification bill the very first week of the next legislative session. As for the identity theft ring, police say it involves about a half dozen suspects that they know of.
prosecutors tell us criminal charges are likely in a couple of weeks.
And you've dealt with a couple of the victims.
Well, you know, police won't release the identities of the victims to us, but those that were named in court files, actually, we've had contact with. One includes an elderly woman whose husband died before she even learned his identity had been stolen. And he spent some time at St. Mary's Milwaukee Hospital. The other woman told me she learned she was an identity theft victim after she got a garnishment statement at work. Now, neither of the women wanted to talk on camera, so that's why we didn't hear from them tonight.
All right, and these notices that we're talking about, people have gotten them, we've seen them, we've done stories about them. Are they, however, voluntary?
Well, in some cases they are, but actually there are federal regulations that cover financial institutions. That actually, Wisconsin has a very strong notification law, but it covers government and business and exempts most healthcare providers, apparently because they're regulated by HIPAA. Ironically, for all its requirements, HIPAA fails to include a data breach notification provision, though the experts say some hospitals make a decision on an ethical basis that they're going to notify the patients, even though the law does not require it. That's what happened in Green Bay at Bell and Health.
All right. And Columbia St. Mary's has a phone number, correct, for patients with questions, and this number is listed on your screen here, 262-243-7304. You can also find it on our website, WISN.